Imagine being 30 years old, sitting in a cold room, with no money for heat and a hungry baby in your arms. You look at your life and you see only one word: failure. This was the real life of a woman who was so poor she was one step away from being homeless. Today, her name is known in every house on earth. She created a world worth billions of dollars. How did a single mother on welfare defeat 12 rejections to become more powerful than a king? Most people think it was luck. They are wrong. It was a secret she found at rock bottom. Welcome back to FANTISTORI. Today, we reveal the magic of starting over, the true story of J.K. Rowling. What if failure is not the end? What if it is only the beginning? Many people believe that when life falls apart, everything is lost. But sometimes, losing everything gives you the freedom to build something new. No money, no job, no support. And yet, she created one of the most magical worlds in history. Her name is J.K. Rowling. This is not just a story about books. This is a story about resilience, about belief, and about the power of starting over. Take a deep breath and listen carefully, because this might be your 2026 reset. In the early 1990s, Joanne Rowling's life was not magical. It was difficult. She was recently divorced. She was a single mother. She was living in Edinburgh, Scotland, and she was surviving on welfare. Welfare means government financial support for people who have no income. She had very little money. Sometimes, she struggled to pay for basic things like food and heating. She has said before that she felt like a failure. Not just a small failure, but a complete failure. She felt despair. Despair is a deep feeling of sadness and hopelessness. She felt isolation. Isolation means feeling alone, separated from others. Most of her friends were building careers. They were moving forward in life, but she felt stuck. She was 30 years old, divorced, and unemployed. She once described herself as the biggest failure I knew. But something interesting was happening during that dark time. She later realized that her failure became a fresh start. When everything falls away, when expectations disappear, and when pride breaks, you are free. Free to try. Free to risk. Free to imagine. Years earlier, during a train journey from Manchester to London, an idea came into her mind. A boy, a wizard, a school of magic. The idea of Harry Potter was born on that train. And now, during her hardest days, that idea returned. When her real life felt heavy, her imagination became an escape. Rowling did not have a private office. She did not have expensive equipment. She had something simple: a notebook, a pen, and a sleeping baby. She would take her daughter to a cafe in Edinburgh. While her baby slept beside her, she would write, sometimes for hours. She was working on her manuscript. A manuscript is the original version of a book before it is published. She wrote about magic, about friendship, about courage, and about a boy who did not know he was special. The world she was creating was full of imagination. Imagination is the ability to create ideas and images in your mind. Her real surroundings were modest: small cafe tables, cold weather, and limited money. But inside her mind, there were castles, flying broomsticks, and hidden secrets. Writing became her devotion. Devotion means deep commitment and love for something. She did not write because she was guaranteed success. She wrote because she believed in the story. Her belief was unwavering. Unwavering means strong and not changing, even during difficulty. Day after day, she continued. Even when she felt tired, even when she felt uncertain, and even when doubt whispered in her ear, her imagination gave her strength. And slowly, page by page, the manuscript was finished. But finishing the manuscript was only the beginning. Next came rejection. Rejection means being refused or turned away. She sent her manuscript to publishers. One said no, then another, then another. 12 publishers rejected her book. 12 times she heard the word no. Imagine that. Each rejection letter carried discouragement. Discouragement is the feeling of losing confidence or hope. It would have been easy to quit. Many people would have quit. She was already tired and already financially struggling. But she chose persistence. Persistence means continuing even when something is difficult. She believed the story mattered. Finally, a small publishing company called Bloomsbury agreed to read the manuscript. The chairman gave the first chapter to his young daughter. She read it and she asked for more. That simple request changed everything. Bloomsbury decided to publish the book. It was a breakthrough. A breakthrough is a sudden important success after difficulty. After 12 rejections, one yes was enough. In 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published. At first, it was quiet. Small sales, limited attention. But slowly, something powerful happened. Children loved the story. Parents loved the story. The book spread word by word, reader by reader. It became a phenomenon. A phenomenon is something extraordinary that many people notice and talk about. The story crossed borders, languages, and generations. Soon, Harry Potter was a global success. Movies were made. Millions of books were sold. The woman who once lived on welfare became one of the most successful authors in the world. Her life changed quickly, but her journey was not quick. It was built on years of quiet effort, on resilience, on perseverance, and on unwavering belief. Now, let's bring this story back to you. Maybe your life is not magical right now. Maybe you feel behind. Maybe you feel like you failed. Maybe you feel isolated or feel despair. But what if this moment is not your ending? What if this is your reset? J.K. Rowling once said that rock bottom became the solid foundation on which she rebuilt her life. Rock bottom is the lowest point in your life, but it can also be a stepping stone. A stepping stone is something you step on to move higher. Failure is not permanent. It is information. It teaches you. It shapes you. It removes what is unnecessary. In 2026, you have something powerful. Access to knowledge, access to learning, and access to ideas. You may not have money. You may not have support. But you have imagination. You have time. You have the ability to choose. Rowling did not wait for perfect conditions. She used what she had: a cafe, a notebook, a sleeping child. What do you have right now? A phone? A laptop? An idea? Your environment may not be ideal, but your dream does not need ideal conditions to begin. It needs action. Small action. Daily action. Unwavering action. There is something else we must understand. No one believed in her story at first. Not the publishers. Not the industry. But she believed. Belief is powerful. When you believe in your dream, you move differently. You act differently. You endure differently. Resilience means the ability to recover from difficulty. Rowling was resilient. Each rejection strengthened her. Each struggle clarified her purpose. When you face discouragement, ask yourself, is this a stop sign, or is this training? Maybe your no is preparing you for the right yes. Maybe your delay is preparing you for a bigger opportunity. Maybe your failure is shaping your strength. Starting over is not weakness. It is courage. So here is the question. What dream are you holding on to? What manuscript is inside you? What idea have you been afraid to begin? Your 2026 reset does not require permission. It requires decision. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone toward it. Like Rowling, you may be sitting in your own cafe moment right now. Life may feel small, but your imagination is not small. Your resilience is not small. Your future is not small. Starting over is magic, and magic begins with belief. Take this moment, make this decision, and begin again. Because sometimes, the most powerful chapter of your life is the one you write after everything falls apart. J.K. Rowling's journey didn't end with a yes from a publisher. It ended with a yes to herself. She proved that your current chapter is not your whole book. If you are breathing, your story is still being written. But here at FANTISTORI, we believe the best stories are the ones we write together. Are you in your cafe moment right now? Are you working on a dream that no one else sees yet? Look at the person in the comments below you. Support them. Tell us your 2026 goal. Let's make this comment section the foundation of our success. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Don't miss our next episode, where we dive into the rock bottom of another legend who changed the world. Every story here is a step toward your own greatness. You've learned about the magic of starting over. Now, you need to learn the strategy of the new mindset. Click the video on your screen right now to see our next story. I'll see you there. Remember, your reset starts today. This is FANTISTORI.